Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a great Christmas. This will probably be going out just after New Year, or I might even put out on New Year's Day. Not 100% sure yet, to be honest. But this is just an overview of 2022. What's been going good, what's gone good and what's gone bad, you know, in the tank. And basically some of the stuff that I've added to the tank and what I actually thought of it. And yeah, basically just a look at the corals heading into the new 2023, and hopefully a really good time for the Mogsys Aquarium, the reef, and also for you guys with your tanks, and hopefully everything will prosper and everything will be great for you. We're heading straight onto the tank. First things first, what I think you'll do, what you'll see is something's missing. What I'll do is I'll just basically import it now, so you'll be able to watch that part. And yeah, my glamorous assistant, my missus, she filmed it, so hopefully you'll all enjoy it, and I'll come back to you shortly after that. Right guys, might have a bit of good luck here, yeah. I've got my glamorous assistant filming me, which is not very often, but she's doing a good job, so fingers crossed she gets us all in. This anemone, I think, has now stuck his foot around onto the rock that we added. Remember the rock that we added for the SPS? Now I think he's actually stuck his foot onto that rock, so fingers crossed. If he has, guys, he's coming out, and by the looks of it, I think he has. So what we've got our bucket here, ready to get it in. Going to put a little bit of water in here, and we're not really that bothered about how much water, because you're going to be going in a bag. And remember, they shrivel up, so it's not too bad, to be honest. Just enough water like that will do, and hopefully we'll be able to pull the rock. In fact, just wait there guys, I need to get a towel. Let's get a towel here. Got my dog here. Put a towel on the floor so your wife or your girlfriend doesn't go mad, because remember, we're going to be pulling that rock out. Fingers crossed this rock, fingers crossed it's stuck to that rock. After all this, I hope it is, guys, because if not, I'm going to be absolutely gutted. It is what it is, though. We'll see. So, let's get our hands into it. Now, I don't think this Hollywood Stunner is stuck. Bit of movement there, guys. All the way up. Now, the one thing is, I don't know whether it's going to completely stick. Well, it is. It's actually stuck, guys. Those clownfish are going to be biting my hand off. Oh, look at the size of that. Come closer then, come closer. Just look at the size of that, guys. Oh! It's going to pull off, it's going to pull off. Oh, no. Oh, the rock scape's coming off. Right then, guys, I don't want to bang the light. Oh! Yep, this rock has come off. No surprise. But if we can whittle this off now, which we can, if you just film it now, hopefully, if we just get onto it here. Oh, slimy, guys. Fingers crossed. You can just whittle its foot off the rock. Fingers crossed, because I don't really want to get rid of this rock, to be honest, if the truth be told. Come on, you little sod. We don't want to damage the foot, guys. We just want to... There we go. And he's off. Splendid. Here we go, guys. One big, healthy specimen. I mean, just look at the size of that, guys. I mean, the foot is good, so we're all happy, and I am a happy bunny. Nice one, guys. I'll show you back in a bit. So yeah, guys, the anemone has finally gone. Now when I went to the shop, I basically dropped it off out of the Blue Marines. They were the closest to me, and at the time, in all honesty, I couldn't be bothered going anywhere else. So I decided to take it there. I contacted him, said if he wanted it, they can have it. And when I went there, he gave me credit, Jordan. So massive shout out to Jordan for giving me credit. I know he didn't have to, but basically he just said, yeah, no problem, we'll have it and we'll get rid. And yeah, here's some credit for it. So I was really chuffed. But while I was there, I seen this. It doesn't look much to look at, to be fair, at this moment in time. But it's basically a little piece of Anacropora. Now, I haven't had an Anacropora in the tank at all, ever. Basically, it's a smooth coral, really, really smooth. Purple, but I thought to myself, you know what, I'll give it a chance. Got it for a good price, and you can see some of the little polyps that's just coming out on it from the top. So I thought we'll see how that goes. And like I said, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will work out really good with it. So I stuck that on the top. Obviously, with this, with the anemone gone, I do need to fill this in. And I've got a few plans that I might do, to be fair. First things first is I think what I'm going to do, just on here, is I'm going to take this chalice, I'm going to stick it on there. Now, I don't know, to be honest, guys, whether to do that part either as an SPS, which I was going to do originally, but looking at it, I'm not really going to be able to fit too many SPSs on it. Obviously, this is style of pour is going to shade it. So let me know in the comments below what you want me to put there. I was going to do like maybe a Zoa rock there, huge Zoa rock. Now, I've only got these Zoas really, in all honesty, and these ones. But maybe just do a mixture of like yellows, pinks, you know, reds, greens, all different, and just scatter them around and see how that goes. Because I think maybe a Zoa rock there might look really good colour, loads of different colours on it. I think it might even look really good, you know, and just basically just have that one SPS on the top of the rock there. These Duncans, I had no David at the back, if you remember on my last video. These ones here, I just moved them around here just to basically just put them somewhere at the front. We've got the clove polyps, which are here, which are coming out really nice now. These were at the back, really, really bright. Just stuck them on there on that ledge just to basically just get them at the front of the tank. We have the Scully, which is doing well. One of my favourite ones of all time is the Rainbow Chalice, looking really, really nice. The Euphyllias, which you always see, are doing fine. Since I'm doing that molybdenum, this Gonnet is starting to come out more now. The other one at the back, yeah, not so. But yeah, all of the others are doing really good. These Zoas are doing fantastic. And yeah, everything is doing really good, guys. Really happy with the way everything's going. All the colours are all doing really good. This I'll have to trim, the Miyagi Tort. So overall, guys, like I said, everything is doing really good. Now going on to some of the bad things that I had. Obviously, the anemone was one big issue. Then we had, if you remember, we had a bit of the cyano, which was coming up all on the sides and all around the back. That was just basically flow, really, in all honesty. Didn't really have much of an issue. But the biggest issue, which we did have, was the KH Keeper. Now, the KH Keeper, I've had no issues whatsoever since they sent me the new one out. Absolutely seems to be working a treat now. So fingers crossed it'll stay like that. But you never know. Something can always crop up. Things obviously I've had was the biggest change, I think, has to be the lighting. Now the lighting for me, guys, I know this is a touchy subject because obviously people have their own different preferences on lights, and you know, none of them are wrong, and none of them are right. It's entirely down to the individual. But for me, in this tank, these lights have been massive game changers. Not just for the overall aesthetic look of the tank, but I think it was just basically the actual spread, the light, the structure. I mean, you just look at the top and you just see the corals just absolutely popping. Really, really, really popping. In fact, what I'll do, guys, is I'll just turn the flow off and we'll be able to see from the top. So yeah, we'll be able to have a really good picture from the bottom, from the top of it as well, what these lights do.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Right guys, so the flow's been switched off, and all I've got to do is just raise this camera just above there and just look at the colour that these G6s actually give out, mate. I mean, absolutely incredible colour. Now, like I said before, it's each to their own. People have their own different perspectives and different choices on lighting, which is fantastic, don't get me wrong. But for me, this has got to be the biggest game changer in my tank by a long shot. The colour, the growth. I mean, just look at this Miyagi Tort. This actual PC Rainbow, which was basically dying, if you look back on a few of my past videos, was actually dying because of the outswing, but it's starting to recover, which is fantastic. Then we have this red rainbow. It's an Acropora, but looks like a Tinnius. It's so fluffy, absolutely incredibly fluffy, and probably one of my best SPSs, to be fair. Then we've got the rock at the back, which is basically hidden, this big fungi plate. Then we have the huge Cyanarino, which is just basically on its own, squashed at the back, which is such a shame. Keep saying I'm going to move it. Then we've got the massive clam, as you all know. And just in general, just the overall health of these. Let me see if I could cover this here so you can see the true colour. I mean, they're just there. I mean, just look at the colour of the top of them. You can't grumble with it. And like I said, that has to be the biggest game changer for me by a long shot. Just the colour of it. And then also, obviously, the other big one, which is just recently added, is the Versa. That Versa, guys, doing a fantastic job. Obviously linked to the Calquasser solution. No issues whatsoever. Doing exactly what it should be doing. Dosing the Calquasser to the tank, 1.9 litres. And overall, guys, I'm quite happy with the way it's going, to be honest. We have no real big spikes, real big issues. Everything seems to be doing really good. But yeah, fingers crossed it'll stay like that. It's just one of those things. We just have to keep monitoring it. What I have found, obviously, is that we're still dosing a lot of alk during the day. With the Aquaforest stuff that we've got, we're dosing the I limited the Aquaforest in the day because I thought, well, obviously the Calquasser might do its bit, but it's not enough during the day. What I found was I reduced it from, I think I was dosing 15 mil every hour of the Aquaforest stuff, and I reduced it down to 8. And I thought, well, if I could reduce it even more, that'd be great. But when I did reduce it, it wasn't enough, guys. It was basically it wasn't enough supplementation, so I kept on seeing the alkalinity dropping. So what I've done is raised that back up to raised that back up to 12, and we're now starting to see it plateau. So we're starting to see it where it's only fluctuating by like 0.2, 0.3 all the way through the day. So yeah, can't really argue. And then during the evening, at night time, obviously the lights are off, so they're not taking as much alkalinity out the tank. I've reduced that from 8 mil, which I was doing. Now I'm dosing 4 mil of that. So I reduced it by 50%, and that seems to be keeping it stable with the alk. Obviously, because I'm dosing the calc, because I'm dosing the Calquasser 24 hours, over the 24-hour period, the calc's still being put in, obviously, at the night time, and that seems to be enough to be supplementing it. So we're staying at around 8.25 to about 8.5, 8.6, which I'm not bothered at. I'm all right with that. I'm good with that. There's, it's not massive fluctuations where it's going like 1 DKH and 1.4 DKH. That probably not too good. So, overall, in general, we'll keep it at that, and that'll be fine. Obviously, with me not dosing as much of the Aquaforest stuff, a lot of the trace elements have not been putting in. So what I have done, one of my mates from Kraken Coral said, why don't you try this stuff? I've heard of the company, obviously, Reef Flowers, but they put it in theirs. So they said, you know what, minor and trace elements, basically it says on the thing, and it works well with the Calquasser. So I've been doing that basically only once a week, putting 4 mil of that in, and yeah, everything seems to be fine. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to leave it there. I hope you all have a fantastic new year, and yeah, I hope you have a great time. Don't get too drunk, unlike me, and yeah, enjoy your nights and stuff like that when you have it. And hopefully I'll see you either on the next video or I'll see you on the live streams. We're going to be obviously back onto them in the new year, and I'll see you then, guys. Take care.